said I'm ready for greatness. I 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 said I'm ready for greatness.
One of the biggest things that keeps us from progressing is failing to take inventory of our lives and recognize that we often create a lot of our own circumstances. Whether it's lost relationships or financial issues, we bring a lot of these things on ourselves, but we don't take accountability for them. And it's always somebody else's fault. So if you want to take the gut punch, survive it, and bounce back, you have to take a look in the mirror. Even when the circumstances are consuming you, that's the only way to keep the door cracked so you can at least see your way back to the light. One of the things that I had to come to grips with is with my yo-yo dieting. It's something I've been fighting my entire life. I'm about to turn 59, and this has been an ongoing, lifelong battle for me. The guilt of regaining weight, the pride of losing it, and the cockiness that comes when you think you've made it. All of that creates a feedback loop, and that can be a recipe for disaster if you don't check yourself. See, it's an ongoing process, something that will never end. But one thing's for sure, well, two things for certain. If you don't own it, it will come back and bite you. See, I grew up as a kid watching MTV, seeing my idols dance across the stage, living in their authenticity. I wanted to be just like them. See, I was that big dude in high school, the one that could still dance, the life of the party. It wasn't even about getting girls. I did not have a problem there. It was all about being in tune with my own self-image. I can remember doing my first Weight Watchers program and being in my mom's living room on Hogarth between Linwood and Lawton in Detroit. It's a big old shout out to anybody that lived on Hogarth, Whitney, Northwestern, between Linwood and Lawton, that went to Jameson, McMichael Middle School, Northwestern High School. What up, dude? I remember holding a gallon of water, looking out at the moonlight through the security gates on our front porch, listening to the electrifying Mojo, playing all kind of Prince and Funkadelic on the radio, working out, eating cheese and crackers and fruit, and feeling really proud of myself. See, what happens is you go to Weight Watchers, you get your rewards for losing weight, you feel amazing, you can fit into the new clothes, you're more agile, and then you start feeling normal. But normal is dangerous. That's when you start slipping back into your old habits. Stress eating, boredom eating, and eating the comfort foods that you grew up with. And before you know it, the weight creeps back up. And when it does, so does the guilt. But you blame the stress, the circumstances, and the people around you. That's that feedback loop. It happened to me at least 3 times in my life. I've done Weight Watchers twice, lost 100 pounds each time. Then came the big one. I had gastric bypass. I lost 333 pounds, but over the last 20 years, I've gained back more than half. And even now, still, I catch myself blaming situations and people instead of owning my own craft. At 59, I am still working with it, still fighting back. And that's the part of the bounce back process we talked about in episode 1. Taking that gut punch, but not staying down. But in owning your own crap, it can apply to relationships, your career, your personal goals. And a lot of these things end up being unforced errors. And if you keep repeating them, you're going to keep getting the same results. And as they say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Owning your crap means learning from your mistakes, doing better next time, and making concrete progress bit by bit. It's a never-ending process. We're going to continue to grow and be students. You'll never arrive, but you can feel good about being on the journey and pushing forward. And here's the thing. History often shows us power and power of persistence. Let's think about the inventors. Edison supposedly failed 10,000 times before he created the light bulb. The Wright brothers crashed countless times before they even flew. They went back to the drawing board, studied what went wrong, cut that out that didn't work, and kept what did. That's not just history, it's life. J.K. Rowling was a single mom living on welfare, writing in coffee shops with her baby beside her. She got rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter was accepted. Now, whether you like magic or wizards or not, you do got to respect the hustle and the persistence. She could have blamed the system, she could have blamed the publishers, her circumstances, but she kept showing up. Then you got Colonel Harlan Sanders. My man was in his 60s when people started pitching his fried chicken recipe. He got rejected over 1,000 times before somebody finally said yes. Imagine hearing no that many times and still keeping your head up, still knocking on doors. That's just a masterclass in owning your own crap and not letting rejection define you, not sitting and wallowing over what could have been or what this person said or did. Then you have Bethany Hamilton, the pro surfer who was just 13 years old when she lost her arm to a shark attack. And most people would have given up that sport entirely. I know I would. I don't play with big bodies of water. And no one wouldn't have blamed her at all. But she went right back into the water, trained, competed, won championships. She didn't make excuses. She just made adjustments. And then, of course, you got the man, the GOAT, Michael Jordan, the legend. He got cut from his high school varsity basketball team. And if anybody could have thrown in the towel and said, guess that's not for me, it was him. Instead, he went home, cried, then hit the court harder than ever, and the rest is history. Each of these people had every reason to say, it's not my fault, it's just how the world is. But instead, they owned it. They found the gap between where they were, where they wanted to be, and they worked until they closed that gap. That's what I'm talking about when I say own your own crap. If you don't have the fire in you right now, that's okay. I hope you find it in these words and in this podcast. I mean, listen to it as many times as you need to until it clicks. Sometimes it takes 3 times, 4 times for that light bulb to switch on so you can see the version of yourself that you didn't even know was there. Even talking about this right now makes me feel a little bit better. So I'm going to take this moment, the next moment, and the moment after that to succeed again. But this time, I'm cutting out what doesn't work and keeping what does. Own your crap. Until next time, this is William Big Will Elijah for the Big Will Breakdown.
Lay it down, tunnel vision, I don't see the hate. Clocking every hour, yeah, I'm building my feet. Took me some L's, paid the cost but never broke. Pressure make the diamonds, now I'm speaking in smoke. Age ain't a limit, it's a badge upon my chest. I'm still out running young bucks till my last breath. Legacy in motion, you can see it in my steps. Heart of a lion, and you better show respect.
I said I'm ready for greatness. 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 I said I'm
The Big Will Breakdown podcast is produced by William Big Will Elijah and Gail. Theme song, Greatness, written, produced, and performed by William Big Will Elijah. Art direction, William Big Will Elijah. Get caught up on the latest episodes of The Big Will Breakdown wherever you podcast. Follow, like, comment, and share. Don't forget to turn those notifications on. For more insights, information, and merchandise, go to thebigwillbreakdown.com. Thank you for your support.